Hi, I'm Specialist Morrison, and over this class, I will be going to identify topographic symbols on a military map. So, you are a member of a squad or team in a field environment and have been given a 1 by 50,000 military map and a requirement to identify topographic symbols on the map. Standards are identify the basic colors, topographic symbols, and marginal information on a military map. So right now, the safety risk is pretty low. You still, it's hot inside, you're wearing kit, so you want to stay hydrated. If you have to use the bathroom, please stand up, don't say anything, just go to the bathroom. If you are feeling tired, please stand up. Right now, we gotta make sure we have proper equipment, which is gloves, helmet, eye pro, and body armor. So, the 6 basic colors on a map are black, blue, brown, green, red, and red-brown. So, black on the map will be cultural or like man-made features, elevation, and labels. Blue would be bodies of water such as ponds, lakes, rivers, or streams. Brown, which would be all relief features, cultivated land on red light readable maps. Green would be for vegetation, which would be farmland or just forest or just a grassy area. Red would be major roads or built up areas. And then red-brown would be all relief features and main roads on red light readable maps. Here are some examples. Here is buildings, body of water, and then for vegetation and major roads, I combined it with 2 different colors. So the vegetation would be mostly green, but under a red light readable map, it would show up as brown. And for major roads, the roads are red, but under a red light readable map, it would show up as red-brown. So then we would identify the symbols on a military map. I have put some examples up here on the board, but for most of the symbols that you would find on your military map would be here at the bottom of the map, showing what's on the map and what the symbols represent. So the examples I put up on the board would be a trail, which is a dashed black line. And then you would have divided highway with median, which would be 2 solid lines parallel to each other. And then up here will be a church, which is a black square with a cross above it. And then you would have schools, which would be a black square with a flag above it. And then you would have a hospital, which is a black circle with a white cross in the middle of it. And now we are going to go over the marginal information on a military map and what you can find to identify it. So, up here will be the sheet name. When the sheet name is Fort Drum Military Installation Map. Number 2 will be over here on the sides, which would be the sheet number. Right up here on this side will be the series name, which is New York 1 or 50,000. Right down here, you would have the scale, and it shows you the distance for, the length of distances. Then you would identify the series number. The series number is Victor 721 Sierra for this military map. The edition number, which would be right up here, which is right next to the series number, and the edition number is 4-Sierra Romeo Papa. Then you would identify the index to boundaries, which would be right down here. Then you would identify the adjoining sheets diagram, which would be right here in the far right corner, right next to the indexed boundaries. Then you would identify the elevation guide, which is right down here, right on the far left side, right next to the top, next to the symbols. Then you do the declination diagram, which is right here. It is right next to the elevation guide, to the right, more towards the middle. Then you would identify the bar scales, which is right here, which would show kilometers, statute miles, and nautical miles. And we're going to go over the contour interval note, which is right here, which is right below the bar scales. And you would identify the spheroid note, which is right all through here. It'll be right below the scale itself. And then you would identify the grid note, which would be also right here, which would also include the projection note, the vertical datum note, the horizontal datum note, the control note, the prepare note, and the printing note. Then you would identify the grid reference spots, which is right here below all the notes, which is right in the middle, more towards the bottom. Then you would identify the unit, imprint, and symbol, which would be right above here. And then you would identify the legend, which is everything on here. So for this military legend, we have access control point, airspace, ammunition holding area, cantonment, drop zone, firing range, impact area, low water, tank trail, training area boundary, and training site. Alright, so with this information provided, you will have 10 minutes to practice on identifying military symbols, marginal information, and excuse me, and basic colors on a military map. And during this 10 minutes, I'll be walking around helping you on your maps. You can also use the map up here on the board and the symbols up here as well to help you identify all those features. So at this time, you will have 10 minutes to practice, and time starts now. 10 minutes complete. So during this time, you will be tested on symbols, marginal information, and the 6 main colors on a military map. I will randomly give you different tests, so it will not all be the same. And during this time, and you will have to get all correct to receive a go. Now during this time, I will be here for any questions, and your 5 minutes will start now. Five minutes complete. So everybody has their equipment still. Everybody still has their maps, markers, pens, pencils. All right, at this time, I will conduct an AR. For an AR, I need 3 things. I need improves, sustains, and any recommendations at all. AAR complete. So it is still hot outside and hot in here as well. So the safety risk is low. Still, if you need water, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, stay hydrated, So we're supposed to be doing this training in Mach 4 as well, but for today we will be doing in kit. So we still have our gloves, our helmet, our eye pro, and our body armor. Now, if anybody has any questions, SGL, may I close the class?